Hey, what's up guys, I'm Ryu here, and today I have a video for you guys about the HELSING, which is a tier 7 hybridization tank destroyer inside World of Tanks Blitz. Now this tank is a lot of fun, and that's just something I want to get off the bat. It really kind of just locks into my play style. My favorite kind of tanks, very similar to this, like the HELSING is very similar to the Hellcat. It's kind of similar to a tank like an E25. It's weird to draw that parallel, and it doesn't sound similar, but the play style is very similar just in general, because you're zooming around, you're being really fast, you're doing things. Honestly, you can do a lot of things in the E25 with the hull traverse speed and the forward and backward speed. Just the general amount of things you can do, it feels almost like you don't need a turret on it. And you really don't most of the time. But anyways, this video isn't about the E25, silly me. It is about the HELSING. And I think for this video, I'm just going to go over the stats, just a little bit, pretty brief overview of the stats, and then I'm going to play 1 or 2 live games. We will see depending on how long the video gets. So anyways, the firepower on this tank, 2,400 DPM. Now that is a lot at tier 7. It's not the best, of course. There's going to be tanks with more, and you got to keep in mind something like the Panzer IV, which is at tier 6, that actually has 3.4 thousand, which is even more than the HELSING, and it's a tier lower for some reason. It's weird. It's kind of like how the tier 9, the SU-122-54, actually has the highest DPM in the game, and you'd think it would be something like a tier 10, but nope, it is the tier 9. But anyways, definitely enough to get the job done. And the thing that's really nice about it is whenever you click your mouse down or whenever you tap the screen to fire this tank, it shoots 2 rounds and each has 200 damage. So basically you have 400 alpha. Just essentially 400 alpha. But it has here, what, a 10-second reload? That's pretty good. That's pretty good in my eyes. Let me pull up another tank at tier 7 that has 400 alpha. The WZ-135G FT Blaze, or the WZ Blaze for, I think that's the end-game name, I'm not entirely sure. It has 400 alpha with a 13 seconds based reload time. Now that's 3 seconds slower on the reload, but the catch with the HELSING, as you've seen, and as you know I've explained, is they're 2 separate shots. And this tank isn't super particularly accurate. It has a 0.34 dispersion. Just because it's the 2 shots, the dispersion after firing makes it so that basically the first shot's accurate, but the other one kind of gets slung in a random direction. So you really have to be shotgunning at close range. And that's another funny detail is the barrels actually does kind of look like a double-barreled shotgun. I thought that was cool, but whatever. But anyways, that's the play style. You gotta get up into people's faces. One of the games I'm going to be showing here, I actually camped early game and it wasn't really working. So you see me, I move in and I get involved, and it actually has enough armor to withstand a lot of this, a decent amount of a beating. But the problem is, if you don't know how to use your armor, you only have 1,000 hit points otherwise. So it's a little bit rough. You only have, what, same amount as a Bulldog, same amount as a SU-152. So you're very fragile, but you do have a lot of armor. So sometimes, well, not a lot, you do have armor, especially towards tier 6 tanks. So you are able to get away with some certain pushes. But basically, you gotta play it like the Hellcat, and I made a video on this earlier. I think I mentioned that, I don't know, but you gotta play it like the Hellcat, where you basically are up in people's faces, you're as aggressive as can be, basically playing peekaboo, because they both have a similar reload now that I think about it. We have, what, 9.5 seconds base? The Hellcat has somewhere around 8 seconds base, I believe. So both of them, you really just play peekaboo, and you don't let people shoot you while you're reloading. I mean, generally that's a good idea, but neither one of them can take hits, but they can both dish out damage pretty good, and they're both super fast, which allows you to run around the battlefield and just take advantage of those situations that you wouldn't be able to in other tanks. And yes, the turret is slow. Yes, the hull traverse is slow, but I don't even understand why I like the play style of these tanks. I've said this in the Hellcat video. I'm like, I can't really put it into words why I like these tanks so much, but I just really do. And they're really fun. So for now, here's the rest of the stats, or not all of them. I'm just going to do a quick run over. So the gun depression, 6 degrees, not very good. 15 degrees elevation, that's fine, but it's not going to be super flexible if somebody's way above you. But that's kind of a rare situation in World of Tanks. It's definitely a little bit more important to have gun depression, or at least so I've found. And the 6 degrees, sometimes it gets in the way. I'm going to be showing part of another replay here, hopefully, that I'm in a little ditch against an IS-5, and I keep having gun depression issues. But honestly, it's workable. And something I've noticed playing TDs is, for some reason, I don't know if anyone else gets this, but when I play TDs, gun depression doesn't seem to be as much of an issue. Now, there's stupid tanks like the Emil, or yeah, the Sturr Emil, not the Emil that you're thinking of, but the Sturr Emil, the one at tier 7. And that has 15 degrees of gun depression. That thing's wild. But basically, whenever I'm playing even turreted tank destroyers, for some reason the playstyle just doesn't require as much gun depression, or at least from what I've found. So that doesn't seem to be too much of an issue. Now, the turret does fully traverse 180 degrees in either direction, and it's just like any other turret, which is very nice. Keep in mind it turns pretty slow, though, so that's something that you kind of have to get used to, but it's not unbearably slow like the Hellcat or the T-67. And lastly, the power to weight ratio is 20.3. Now, this isn't as good as the Hellcats. Same with the top speed, it's 60 as opposed to the 65 that the Hellcat has going forward. I think the Hellcat and the Helsing both have 15 in reverse, which is acceptable, but it still feels a little bit slow considering the just the forward speed. But 20 horsepower per ton definitely gets you around the battlefield very, very surprisingly well. Now, another thing that's basically keeping you from sniping is the 26% camo that you have whenever you're still is pretty low, and you only have a 6% camo after you shoot. So basically, that's just even more reinforcement trying to get you to you gotta go get up in people's faces, be mean, be aggressive, and you'll do well in this thing. So that's enough of me talking. I've been talking for 7 minutes at this point, so let me jump right into a game. Okay, so here I am on Port Bay. Yes, you guys are going to notice I'm actually narrating a replay, and that's because I played 4 games in a row, and all of them went wrong, and the one that didn't go wrong, I was narrating, and then my family came in my room, and it was, oh my gosh. The stars just weren't aligning for me, unfortunately. So basically, I'm just going to end up narrating a replay that I did on stream today. If you guys want to come check out my streams, keep that in mind. I stream on Twitch, not daily, but as often as I can. And check the link in the description, and I will see you there. So basically, I am on Port Bay, and you see me, I'm in a TD. I'm pushing the medium/light route, or the mobile tank route. And I'm actually kind of set up here. I wanted to catch somebody and see if I could maybe get a cross shot. But there's the T-49, and I decide I'm just going to push up to here because I'm not going to catch anyone out. I don't have the spotting range, and nobody's spotting for me. So I didn't actually push super aggressively like the LTTB did, because they have a T-49, Elect Panzer, a Helsing, a WZ Blaze, and all those tanks should be able to push that route. Maybe not the WZ, but everything else should be able to push that route. And all we had is me and the Helsing, the T-49, and the LTTB. So basically we were outgunned there. So I decided I'm just going to stick back a little bit. And one thing that's kind of basically I'm questioning here is there's only one person at least spotted over on that one spot. And yeah, that one spot. The spot basically where I was trying to go at the beginning of the game. But there's the M4190. I thought he should have been over there, and he definitely should have been, but he's not. And one thing I'm going to very focus on. One thing I'm going to focus on is making sure that those tanks don't get there, because that's a very influential spot on that map. Or on this map, rather. My commentary's starting to suck too. I just need to go to bed. But anyways, so we decide to cross the river, and this is another one of our the nice aspects of our mobility here is if we don't have a shot, we can just reposition and get another one, and that is another thing that's super nice about this tank. Here's the T-49. I'm spotted, but he doesn't have time to aim in as I hit him for 427 in the side. And now basically what I'm thinking, I just want to get that T-49 gone so I can actually basically push that little corner, island, whatever you want to call it, and once you get to that spot, you're able to just farm the people that are where all the heavy tanks are on the map. And it's really, really nice and influential to basically just ending the game right then and there. So I decide I'm going to push forward. Looks like I'm going to be able to clear this guy. I do, and now I think, okay, where's the RHM? I pull back. I don't want to get shot. And then I just decide, you know what, screw it. I'm going to go all the way across. He can one-shot me with the HE, but I don't think he's going to, and guess what? He doesn't end up doing it. Now, I'm pushing the T-49 here because, like I said, it's very good to have this pod on the hill, able to just kind of shoot on the move there. That was very nice for me. But now I'm in a really good position to farm, and that shows you my ability to just reposition, and I've already been a couple different spots on the map, and it's been... I've been brawling pretty decently, and this is something that not very many tank destroyers are they're simply just not able to do that. There we go. I take out the enemy team's HELSING, who was in the wrong spot of the map, or at least in my opinion. He should be over where I am, contesting me, keeping me from being here. Put 2 shots into the blaze. Looked like both of them were blind fires. But now what I'm trying to do is take out the TDs, because both of them are actually aimed in at me, and as long as I have them distracted, our heavies are going to have a lot of an easier time trying to clear that tiger in the Emil. And I figured, okay, both of the tank destroyers are on low health, so, you know, I'm just going to... I turn away. That kind of messed up my brain. Basically, they were both on low health, so I figured I can clear them, and then I can just move on to the heavies and help my own heavies out, because they're actually doing pretty well. Here's the RHM drive up. Shoot. Yes. Okay. Got him into the side. Got him taken out of the game. And now the WZ is pushing me. And the thing is, I figured that, you know, he has 400 alpha, but since he shot, he looks like he's ignoring me. I don't know if I'm spotted or not, but there he is. Yeah, actually ends up getting one-shotted by the RHM on our team. And I took a bad shot from the Emil. He takes another shot, ends up missing. And that's the game. Just being able to drive around the battlefield like I have and just duke it out. You know, it's 2,200 damage. It's nothing super exciting, but that's how you got to play this tank. You got to play it like a medium. Basically ignore the turret. There's the blind damage, actually, 2,400. Not 2,200. So I got a little, one extra shot of damage in there, which was pretty nice. So anyways, thank you for watching my video, and definitely don't forget to subscribe. I'm a small channel. Please help me out. That's the best way that you guys can support the channel. Leave a like and subscribe. But if you didn't like it, make sure to leave a dislike, and please explain to me in the comments why, because I'm always trying to improve on my channel and make it a better general, like, overall viewing experience for you guys. So also let me know what you guys want next in the comments. I'm a little bit my brain's been not super creative recently, and I'm trying to come up with content. So let me know what you guys would like to see, and I will get right on it. Anyways, see you guys later. Bye bye.